Do it. Scam the scammer back. $400. That's what I paid for a washing machine that worked for exactly 5 minutes before it died on me forever. I found it on Craigslist. A Maytag. Decent price. Seller named Dale said it was barely used. Previous owner just didn't need it. He met me at my apartment, helped me carry it in, and even ran a quick test load right there in my kitchen so I could see it work. Water filled up. Drum spun. He smiled, took my cash, and left. 20 minutes later, halfway through the rinse cycle, it just stopped. Dead. No lights, no hum, nothing. I texted him, "Hey, the washer stopped working. What's going on?" Nothing. I called. Straight to voicemail. I spent 2 hours on YouTube trying to fix a machine I knew nothing about, unplugging it, checking the belt, Googling error codes that didn't even exist for this model. It was junk. Somebody had rigged it to run just long enough to fool a buyer. I was mad, but I was also curious, so I went back to his Craigslist profile and started scrolling. Dale had posted 11 other listings in the last month. A dryer, another washer, a dishwasher, a fridge, all barely used, all suspiciously cheap, all in different parts of the city, like he was rotating locations so people wouldn't compare notes. This wasn't a guy having a bad week. This was a guy with an operation. Probably a garage full of dead appliances he bought for scrap and flipped to people like me. That's when I decided I wasn't just going to eat the loss. I made a new email, something like Dryer Guy 1988, nothing traceable to me. I found his most recent post, a matching his and hers dryer set he was selling separately, and I messaged him as a totally different buyer. Told him I needed 2 big dryers for a laundromat I was setting up, said I'd pay extra for delivery since I didn't have a truck. He wrote back in about 4 minutes, fastest he'd ever responded to anything, probably because delivery meant he got to case out a new spot to sell junk to. We went back and forth. I told him I was about 40 miles out, past the edge of town, and asked if he could bring both dryers out himself. He said absolutely, no problem, extra $20 for gas. I picked a strip mall parking lot for the meetup, one with a grocery store and a nail salon. Nothing suspicious about it. And I picked 3 o'clock on a Thursday. Rush hour was starting to build by 2:30, most days near that stretch of highway. I knew because I drove it myself twice a week. The day came. Around 1, he texted asking if we were still on. I said of course. So excited. Can't wait. At 2:50, he said he was almost there. I told him something had come up at work and I was running about 20 minutes behind. So sorry. 3:10, he asked where I was. I said traffic was a nightmare, barely moving, should be there soon. 3:35, another message. Almost here? I told him I was so sorry again, maybe 15 more minutes, and asked if he could go ahead and pull the dryers out of his van so we could load faster once I showed up. He said sure, he'd get them ready. I pictured him standing in that parking lot next to 2 heavy dryers on a dolly, sweating in the August heat, checking his phone every few minutes. At 3:45, he texted, "Here yet?" I said almost, I swear. I feel terrible. I let it sit for a while after that, just to make him stew. At 4:15, he sent one more message. "You still coming or what?" I didn't answer that one right away either. His last message came in around 4:30. He said he was leaving, that he'd been sitting there for over an hour and a half, and that I'd wasted his whole afternoon. Then he added, "Hope it was worth it. Heading back into traffic now." I sat on my couch reading that message, and actually laughed out loud. He got to drive 40 miles out, 40 miles back, straight through the exact rush hour I'd picked on purpose, for nothing. No sale, no dryers moved, just gas money burned, and a wasted Thursday. I never got my $400 back. I know that, but Dale spent his whole afternoon sitting in a parking lot, loading and reloading dryers he never sold, then sat in bumper-to-bumper traffic both ways for a buyer who was never coming. Somewhere out there, he's probably still wondering why Dryer Guy 1988 never showed up.